This season, I spent some time exploring the burgeoning industry of cannabis tourism in Colorado, where recreational marijuana has been legal since 2014. It was a wild scene of free market enterprise leaping to demand from busloads of curious domestic and international visitors. And it made me wonder, if this is what it looks like in Colorado, what will cannabis tourism look like in Canada? And who's getting ready to cash in? Smiths Falls is a small town in eastern Ontario that's already getting a lot of attention as the de facto cannabis capital of the region. It's a title claimed in large part because it's the home base for Tweed, the largest marijuana producer in the country, maybe the world. Owned by the publicly traded Canopy Growth Corporation, Tweed operates a massive production facility out of the old Hersheys Factory on the outskirts of town. And with help from local government, they're working on a grand vision to make Smiths Falls a must-stop destination on the pot tourism trail.
When you have prohibition from 1923 until 2018, that means you have a lot of people who have heard a lot but haven't been able to get great answers, haven't had visibility, haven't had the chance to actually look in. This was the place where, people came for a generation on tours so they could see, smell, buy, and leave with chocolate. So what we need to have people understand is why the product we're producing as a base cannabis flower is produced in an environment that's consistent and safe. Hershey showed you the packaging of chocolate. They didn't show you the cows being milked. Where this is a much more comprehensive tour. You're gonna come in the front door, you're gonna go up the set of stairs that was essentially the stairs that existed when you went on the Hershey tour and go around the same platform. But you're gonna look out windows on both sides, and what you're gonna see are plants growing, you'll be seeing a processing environment, packing environment, and when you come back out, there's going to be a whole other educational platform, everything from how the molecules are structured and why heating it turns it into a psychoactive product, to how the plants grow, look, what the processes are. People want to know more, and so I think you're gonna see people come who wanna learn. And when they exit here, I don't ask them to be in favor of anything, but I hope they're informed.
To appreciate the significance of Tweeds Visitors Centre, you have to understand how important the Hersheys Factory was to Smiths Falls. Aside from being one of the town's biggest employers, it was also one of the first plants to incorporate a visitors gallery. In 50 years of operation, millions of people came through its doors to see chocolate being made at scale. In a now regrettable move, the town even painted its water tower to declare Smiths Falls the chocolate capital of Ontario, just a few years before Hershey's decided to close up shop and move to Mexico in 2008. That precipitated a years-long decline in economic fortune and employment opportunity, which may explain why the town is going all in on the prospect of a pot-centered economy.
We're really trying to develop strategies that will allow the consumer of cannabis to find good reasons to stay in town. There's a lot of events and festivities built around outdoor recreation and adventure. We have mud runs, we have the urban jungle, we have triathlons, get out on the canal, enjoy access to the Rideau Lakes, to the surrounding communities. These are all reasons for a cannabis consumer to stay in town, spend the weekend, spend the week.
You book your room, show up at your hotel, you're probably coming here next, probably get a bit of a tour, get a deeper understanding of the products available, buy some product, and you may head down to lunch at a local restaurant. Perhaps you're having a beer at the time, but the beer doesn't have alcohol in it, it's got cannabis in it. And then you're going to potentially maybe go out and enjoy the afternoon kayaking or canoeing on the Rideau system, or hiking up a Cataraqui Trail. So if they can buy product here, use product here, and then take advantage of everything else we have available, it's a natural fit.
There's just one problem in this idyllic version of a small town pot paradise. Under Ontario's current legislation, all retail marijuana sales will be restricted to a limited number of government dispensaries, likely in larger population centres than Smiths Falls. That means that all those people coursing through the doors of Tweed's new visitor centre would be able to buy little more than a souvenir t-shirt at the end of the tour. But the company and the town are jointly lobbying the government to allow for what's known as the brewery model. If successful, it could be a boon to every pot grower in the province and help trigger the cannabis tourism sector as a whole.
In every province we operate, were governed by the Liquor Authority. And if I produced beer in any of those provinces, I would be allowed to sell beer at the point of sale. If I produced distilled spirits or wine, I'd be allowed to sell those at the point of production. So why is it not a standard norm that I would be allowed to sell cannabis under the same structure as governs those other producers?
Actually, a meeting this afternoon in Ottawa to try and help continue to lobby for the opportunity for a retail outlet here. I don't know if it'll be this year or this wave, but certainly we're committed to supporting Tweed and Canopy's objective here, and it'll happen at some point.